And there it is. We're back again, my friend. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday night to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. So, tonight, just got to let everybody know, is the non-football stream. Tonight, just got to let everybody know, is the non-football stream. I know, I just said that. Tonight, just got to let everybody know, is the non-football stream. I know, I just said that. All right. So that means my watch page is on and popping. Got one of my beautiful mods in chat, Rose Bell. What's up, Rose? Good to see you here again tonight for the non-football stream. So I know that might break a lot of people's hearts, but I put my picks video up last night. It was all football the whole time. So I promised all the non-football content subs that I would do a non-football stream. So I'm going to stick to it. So that's what tonight is. And I know all my female subs who've been here for years are going to really like that news. What's up, Jonna? What's up, Leslie? What's up, all y'alls? We got our first super chat of the evening coming in from Lint Away Air Duct and Dryer Vent Cleaning. The best damn lint away and air duct and dryer vent cleaning service this side of the Mississippi. And no, he didn't pay me to say that. Yes, he did. All right. And I think he has a special request, and it goes to something like this. Was it? Up. What's up? We still do that around here. If we don't do it, no one will. So I keep the tradition alive. Whew. All right. I hope everyone enjoyed that as much as I did not. Got some Canadian money coming across the table here. All right. From the Cisco, he says, did you hear about the fake alien incident at the Miami Mall last night? Over 1,000 officers showed up. Funny how only 100 show up for school shootings. I did not hear about that. I might have to look that one up. Miami Mall alien thing. 1 second. Let me just give a quick Google search to that, because that could be some entertainment right there. Alien Miami Mall. Miami PD address alien creature caught on camera during police response. Rumors of oh my gosh. This is something I'm going to have to cover for sure. I did not know that this even happened. Thank you. Wowzers. Okay. Looks like my content is going to be totally changing a bit tonight. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Let me show what I just found on a quick little search. Look at this. TMZ. Oh, yeah, that's some reputable shit. NBC, CBS, NBC, USA Today. Aliens invading rumors, Miami rumors after teen fight prompt MP. What? Yeah, we're going to have to check that out. Cool. You just brought me some content for tonight. That's totally what I was not going to talk about, but I will now. We could get into that first. Start with that, and then work our way to what else I was going to say. All right. What do you guys think of that, huh? Aliens? Sure. Gotta love the aliens. They've been shoving that down our throats for so long through movies and television shows. I remember when I was a little boy, it was E.T., the extraterrestrial, the friendly little cute alien who comes to be your friend, right? And there was like Mac and Me, they had their aliens come to be your friend movies. And then you had your evil alien movies, like the movie Alien and Aliens and Alien 3 and Predator. Oh, yes. Evil aliens that are cool, that you like, that you want to buy action figurines and play with because they're such cool creatures. You know what they did? You know what they did? They skull fucked us with aliens when we were children, right? You were a children once, remember? It's always the aliens. They straight skull fucked us with the alien stuff. They really want everyone believing in space aliens. It's too bad. Coneheads. Uh, Mork and Mindy. Yeah, there you go. Mork. Star Wars. Yes, yes, yes. All that. You get what I mean. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into some of this alien stuff, which I swear I had no idea about. And that's right up my alley, is talking about how stupid stuff like this is. And since all the mainstream media outlets are covering it, might as well just jump right in with some of that, right? All right, let's go to town. Let's see what we got here. Now, I don't have to prove it's not real. They have to prove it's real to my satisfaction. That's how it works. See, I don't have to do anything to prove to anyone that it's not real. If I think it's not real, that's good enough for me. You can choose to do whatever the hell you want to choose to do. But when I see all the same outlets covering the same thing, including TMZ, and the word alien creature and UFO is involved, yeah, that's some fake shit. So I go into it with the mindset that it's fake shit. And it's up to them to prove to me beyond all shadow of a doubt that it's real, not the other way around. So let's see what CBS has to say. We'll give them a shot. Maybe. Maybe I'll have to go to YouTube to play it. Hmm. Yeah, I'll just go to YouTube to play it. Okay, 1 second. I wasn't planning for this. This is all unscripted shit. Let me pull up an extra tab and get this alien mall story up. And I just want to see what a regular news outlet is saying, because they all say the same shit. Alien Mall, Miami. It's the first one that comes up. So the search results are popping it right up to the top when I start to type in alien and mall. It shoots it right to the top. So that's another sign. Boom, Alien Mall, Miami. Oh yeah, all kinds of shit being posted about this. All right, up to the minute. I want to see what mainstream news says. Hear what they have to say first before I go to any fringe channel. Here we go. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, we get to watch a quick, awesome ad. All right.
#1 trending story on CBSMiami.com.
It involves talk of alien sightings at Bayside Marketplace. On New Year's Day, there was a massive police response in downtown Miami. More than 50 young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles were also setting off fireworks, causing chaos.
So now people are posting online saying that police weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens, but rather 8 to 10 feet tall, shadowy aliens. Conspiracy theories are saying a big creature could be seen standing in front of.
All right, y'all. We're looking at some blurry shit. Let's be honest. We're looking at a screen and we're looking at some blurry shit. And then we got like an emoji hand. It's funny how the news is supposed to be so official, but they're going to use like your phone emoji hand, like that you would send a text, like right here. Here's the emoji finger going to point at the blurry spot. Man, these alien creatures are a lot like Bigfoot. Bigfoot is blurry. Alien creatures are blurry. Man, there's a large, out of focus alien creature roaming the countryside along with Bigfoot. And that's extra freaky to me. There you go. It's a little hybrid Mitch Hedberg humor. That's Mitch Hedberg and my joke mixed with Mitch Hedberg's old joke. That's like a fucking crazy, weird hybrid joke right there. Moving on.
The entrance to the shopping area, Bayside. Today, the phrases Miami Mall and aliens of Miami have been among the top 10 searches on Twitter's trending tab. Twitter, of course, now called X. And Google News even has several reports questioning the event.
So we reached out to the Miami Police Department. They issued a statement.
Called X. And Google News even has several reports questioning the event.
So we reached out.
The phrases Miami Mall and aliens of Miami have been among the top 10 searches on Twitter's trending tab.
Check it out. Anything that goes viral on that level, like super viral, that is controlled, right? So I've had a video on YouTube catch an algorithm stroke. One of my shorts went what I call viral, where I got 2 million views on one of my shorts. But true viral, where tens of millions of people see it and it's the most searched thing that pops right up, that's a different story. We're talking maybe 100 million people getting influenced to think something or see something. So this is like true viral shit here, and that's always going to be a controlled deal. They aren't just going to let any random story hit the top of those search results and dominate the news. And whenever you see, let me get this off screen, but yes, rest in peace, Mitch. All right. So whenever you see a story like this, definitely always look at it like it's for sure fake, because generally that's how it works. It's going to be controlled information that gets to go viral in the first place. All right. What else do we got? Give me another one. Give me another.
money makes the world go round.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna replay the same damn blurry video.
Esta es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami. Esto es en Bayside ahora. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es?
Yeah, you can see a bunch of channels are already running with this bull crap. They just show the blurry video. I can tell that if I was to go search right now, it's just going to be thousands of people all posting the blurry shit. Did you see the alien? I saw the alien. The alien is blurry. Whoa! There's no such thing as aliens. Yes, there was. Didn't you see it on the news? Yeah, I saw a blurry thing. Dude, the blurry thing is the alien, man. What are you, crazy? If you don't believe in blurry aliens, then fuck you, man. I don't want to be friends anymore. What? You're not going to be friends with me because I don't believe in blurry aliens? Yeah, man. You don't believe in anything, so fuck you. Oh, well, fuck you. It's like, who am I talking to? I don't know. This made up a conversation. Sounded funny to me. Got some people to laugh. Blurry mall aliens. And so, yeah, cops. You got cops on the screen. So cop cars. Cop cars and a blurry thing. That's all you need. It goes viral. That's it. And then everybody who likes that in their head, oh, they're running with that. Woo! What do you think? All those cops are in on it? What do you think? Everyone on the news is all in on it? That's impossible. There must be blurry aliens. That's my dad right there, right? So you're telling me everyone at the news is in on it? All them cops that were there was in on it? Aliens at the mall. Does anyone even go to the mall anymore? Aren't like all malls abandoned now? Trying to find more stuff about this, but it's pretty much like just breaking news. Upload date. It's going to be a bunch of random people. See what this one is.
I honestly cannot believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth. Oh, silly me, before we get started. Guys, Tiki Talk, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. We're just goofing around. All things stated here are purely speculation. Just having fun. You are going to want to see this because there is a very good chance, at least for the next few days, you will not see this anywhere else but right here. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm not sure what part of this story bugs me most. The fact that we actually now live in a world where something like this could happen. The fact that we actually live in a world where something like this could happen, but at this point, none of us will even be shocked. Or the fact that something like this could happen in our world, and not a single news media has broke the story, not at all. In fact, if you Google search it, it is quite a difficult find, which is all that much more suspicious with the story of this kind of size, this magnitude. And yet, here we are. Hang on to your britches. It's going to get real. A couple of days in Miami, Florida, at a mall, the local police were dispatched to the mall for an argument, a fight that broke out between juveniles. Juveniles, they say, had sticks and fireworks. Oh my. But ultimately, the call, what they claim was the call, the reason for the police officers to arrive at the scene, was due to a fight that had broken out between juveniles who had sticks and fireworks. But Auntie, why do you care if that's on the news? That isn't a big deal. No, my friend, no, it's not. It is definitely not that big of a deal. I agree with you, and it is definitely
Having to listen to a woman talk sometimes is the hardest fucking thing for me to do. Like she's testing my patience. It's like, get to it, lady. Like I put it at 1.25 so we can get her. Shut up and get to the alien stuff. You titled your shit Aliens in Miami. Get to it, bitch. God, annoying. Ugh. I hope this pays off in the end so that I can make something funny up out of what she does or says. I sincerely hope this pays off. I have no idea what she's going to say next. I hope it's good or bad, but not in between.
Definitely, hands down, not a big enough deal for the local Miami Police Department to show up on the scene just like this.
Esta es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami.
That's all for show. Why would all the cop cars line up all perfectly like that? Quit! All the cop cars in the area! We have reports of a blurry alien. Let's all go line up perfectly with our sirens on. Gotcha. I gotcha, son of a bitches. I gotcha. Ha 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 ha. I'm the smartest motherfucker on the internet. I see through your shit. You can't beat me. Ha ha ha. I got you. See, it's that easy. Oh, calling all cars. Let's go get the blurry alien creature. I want everybody in the city of Miami to line up perfectly, all facing each other. Make sure to line up single file, everybody. All right. And then everyone sit there with your sirens on, of course. I mean, it's an alien report. Everybody, let's go. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Right now, there's like 1,000 fringe channels trying to get clicks off like aliens and shit. I don't even care what this chick was about to say. Probably something stupid. But to me, just like this picture, I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. All the cops are going to like line up single file and sit there in their cars with the sirens on. And sure, yeah, park down the like half mile away in single file down the block. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as if they're like trying to set a scene.
Esto es en Bayside ahora. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? 9:35 de la noche de hoy, 1 de enero, frente a Bayside.
That seems like a lot of officers to show up, but my friends, that is not anywhere near all that came. And once you understand and you hear the eyewitnesses' stories, I believe you will at that point understand a little bit better as to why so many police officers, probably 100, along with choppers, black choppers from the PD, patrolling the scene from above. And according to witnesses, eyewitnesses there, the Miami police was not dispatched there for a juvenile fight. And the obvious need for such an enormous police presence was far more sinister than what we've been told. As multiple witnesses claimed to have seen, I can't believe I'm going to say this, creatures that stood 8 to 10 feet tall, walking outside and even inside of the mall. And the pew-pews that were reported, and even the pew-pews you might hear in some of the videos, had nothing to do with the juvenile fight. According to these witnesses, it was actually the mall goers shooting to protect themselves from these 8 to 10 foot tall creatures in self-defense.
And here we go with the bullshit story. I was waiting for it, and she delivers. 8 to 10 foot tall aliens. She knows. She heard the story. She saw the blurry thing on TV, right? So she's pretty sure. She knows all about the 8 to 10 foot tall aliens. And people were so scared they were pew-pewing Those were her words, right? At the alien. Ha! As if. Would you guys like me to rip apart how ridiculous aliens at the mall is? Watch. And then we'll get back. Well, then we'll finish. But let me quickly just rip apart aliens at the mall. They're gonna come from millions of light years away. They have technology you can't even fathom. And they're gonna show up to the mall and get shot at by humans and caught by the cops. Ah! Okay! See how stupid that is? How easy it is to destroy? They arrived here with technology that is beyond our imagination. And they went to the mall in Miami and they got caught on camera. They're blurry. The cops were there. They showed up. Everyone saw it. That's what aliens do. They come from the great unknown. Millions and trillions and billions of light years away. And then they crash and go to the mall. And motherfuckers believe that. I was there. I have a friend who saw the blurry aliens at the mall, so I know it must be true. Yeah, my cousin's uncle's dog owner also walked a dog one time near where the blurry alien was. So how could that be fake? Okay, let's get back to the stupid bitch gonna tell her story, because I cut us off before we get to the glory. Stupid bitch tell her story, cut her off before the glory. Ah, it's poetry. Let's do it.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, that's like it.
But wait, it gets better. Along with the ridiculously high number of police officers that arrived on the scene and the helicopter flying above. Apparently, after this incident was phoned into the police, the Black PD helicopters were the only things flying that night in the Miami sky. As the Miami airport was shut down, still no flights going or coming at Miami International, only one PD helicopter patrolling the area. The absolute lack of this story anywhere is absolutely driving me mad. On my Google search, I found nothing. I found crickets. Ironic. Even my ex. Not my ex, even ex let me down. Well, my ex let me down too, but that's a whole nother story. As when I searched.
That's it. That's it. I draw the line. Can't do it no more. Don't care. Go away. Ah, no, no more. No. Whew. Oh, man. Sorry. Okay. Super chat. I hope I didn't miss any of these while I was ranting and watching videos earlier. If I missed any super chats, someone let me know. Sammy Telesco, we are from the same street, different houses. LFG, which I think stands for Let's Freaking Fucking Fantastically Farticulously Go. Right? That's what you wanted to say. Farticulously. All right. All right. So yeah, aliens at the mall. Why not? I didn't plan for that, but that works. That fits my my repertoire. Aliens at the mall. It's right up my alley. So thank you to whoever that guy was that told me to check that out. Thank you again. You just supplied me with content and yeah, there you go. Good time. Yep. I like to create words. That's how English works, right? English, American style English, you can just make shit up. Like if black guys get to say for Rizzo for shizzo, right? Then, because that's what every black guy says is for Rizzo for shizzo all the time. So why not a white guy gets to say farticulously? I mean, that's how it works in America. If you speak English, you just make shit up, and if it catches on, it's a word. Like when I was a little boy, nobody ever said, dude, your mom's a MILF, ever, until the fucking movie came out, American Pie, where they explained what a MILF was, and then it became a word that everyone knows. See how that works? You just invent a word in America, and then it's like it caught on. Mom, I'd like to fuck is now a thing even a 3 and 4-year-old knows. Mommy, look, that MILF is hotter than you. No, she's not. All right. I think somebody up ahead here just made a funny comment. There we go. I'm going to market farticulously not only as a shirt, but as a brand, as a way of life. Like farticulously body wash, you know, farticulously anal deodorant. It makes you smell farticulously fantastic. Fartastic. Ah. All right, that's enough. Enough of that. Who's having fun? Everyone having fun? Hi, Sunflower. Okay, if you're having fun, I want to see you hit the thumbs up button right now. If you don't, then you're not cool. So if you want to be cool, you have to hit the thumbs up button. Otherwise, you ain't cool, man. Nobody likes you. All right, let's see. 160 thumbs up. Pretty sure we can do better than that. It looks like I got a couple super chizats coming in. Cisco says, was me, I donated the 5, and let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. Joe Brandon fucks Joe Biden. Fuck Brandon and fuck Joe Biden at the same time. 69ing together times a million. Right. What do you think of that? It's a jingle that I made up myself. I hope it catches on. It's America. Anything can happen. Dan Pineda with a super chat says, an illegal alien filmed the blurry alien. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta love how there's always like 10,000 people trying to get clickbait views on that. Whereas like there's maybe like me and maybe 2 other guys on all of YouTube who will pull it up and be like, that's some fake shit. Right? If you probably count up the amount of people that will pull that up and be like, that's ridiculous. Oh, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. And actually break down how stupid it is, it's pretty rare. It's like a fraction of a percent. And see, the thing is, I know I'm right. Like, I know I just destroyed the notion of an alien going to the mall with comedy. I just destroyed that stupid notion. But your common everyday sheeple is likely to believe there might have been a blurry thing there. Who knows what it was? Oh, we'll just have to forget about it next week when the next stupid story comes out. All right. I love you too, bros and broettes. Broettes are chicks that are like bros. Okay, Tom coming in with a super chat says, thanks for all your content. Love every bit of it. Thank you, Tom, not only for the super chat, but because you're an awesome dude. And thank you for being here and for the super chat. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, here's the deal, bro. This is a non-football stream. So I'm not going to answer any football questions at all. Sorry. It's a non-football stream for the hardcore subs that have been here for many years who don't care about football. All right. So with that said, let me show you guys a little something. Have you guys heard this this deal where The Rock might become or has been asked to run for president? You see that? You guys hear that? The Rock asked to possibly run for president. Let's see what the speculation is.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson met with Senate leaders on Wednesday about the need to boost military equipment. But during a photo op, an entirely different issue seemed to be on everybody's mind.
Mr. Johnson,
he's being hit.
You plan to run for president? All right, guys, let's go. Do you plan to run for president?
Mr. Johnson.
The Fast and Furious star did not answer the Fast and Furious questions about a possible presidential run, but he has addressed the issue before. As Tom Foreman reports, the idea of a Rock in the White House is perhaps not as far-fetched as it sounds.
You have two choices.
Blasting into a presidential election in which polls say many voters don't like either main candidate, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, actor, wrestler, superstar, is hinting at a run.
If that's truly what the people want, then of course I will consider it.
If he does, he'd follow former President Donald Trump and dozens of other celebrities who have considered, tried, and sometimes succeeded in spinning their fame into political gold. The one he might most want to study? Ronald Reagan, who used his skills from film, TV, and radio to pick off one political challenger after another, proving that his actor's sense of timing,
there you go again,
and humor,
I am not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and inexperience,
could carry him all the way to the White House and, with a robust agenda popular with his party, keep him there.
God bless him.
That pattern has been repeated at lower levels. Fred Grandy turned 9 years on the Love Boat into 8 years as a congressman from Iowa.
Babe, I got you, babe.
Sonny Bono was a pop star, then a mayor, then a congressman from California, until his untimely and accidental death.
But I don't think that's how it works.
Which Minnesota senator started out as a comedian?
That's right. Me, Al Franken.
And of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger pressed his strongman persona into 8 years as governor of California.
I want to be the governor for the people. I want to represent everybody.
What the hell is this?
With your strengths and weaknesses.
I would like to personally endorse Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to be the next president of the United States. If I could pick anybody, that is who I would pick. He's going to roll out the agenda. He's going to pump up the policies. If you want somebody to get tough on the policies, just roll out the agenda with the policies. Get it tough with the media. Then you need to vote for The Rock.
All right. I mean, come on. This video has it all. So check it out. This ain't some stupid speculation. They're straight campaigning this man. Now, they're putting the idea in your head now. Come 2028, when they actually roll this thing out for real, you're going to be like, yeah, not you, but I could see the Democrat voters. Let's say we get 4 years of Trump, because that's what most likely is going to happen. We're going to get 4 years of Trump. The Democrat voters, with The Rock showing up on the scene as the Democrat Party candidate, instant win easily. And the votes don't matter, but even if they were real, they would vote for The Rock. So I think we're going into an era where people are tired of crotchety old men, and they're going to want to see a presidential candidate be more of like a pro wrestler or an actor or an athlete. And in this case, The Rock is all those things. Played football for the Miami Hurricanes and wrestled with the WWE, was many-time world champion, headline WrestleMania, parlayed that to a Hollywood career, became a superstar, did what Hulk Hogan couldn't do, and actually become a mainstay in Hollywood. I don't know. Seems like it could actually happen to me. Is the script that crazy? Or is it the craziest script you'd ever heard? Or does that sound like something that sounds par for the course? All right. Sammy says, you are worth more than 5 great Arnold voice. Let's fucking go.
Do you remember when I said screw your freedom? I did not mean technically screw your freedom in a negative way. What I meant was that you need to reinforce your freedom with screws. You need to screw your freedom in tightly and you reinforce it so that your freedom is extra strong. That is what I meant when I said screw your freedom. Is that I meant it in a positive way and it was taken negatively and the whole thing was a big mistake and I'm sorry and I did that and I want you to get down right now.
All right. There you go. All right. So, this notion of The Rock becoming president, let me show you a few more things that makes me think that in 2028, this could be a reality. So, first off, is The Rock in that club? Yes, The Rock is in that club. Oprah don't go hanging out with Hulk Hogan. Oprah ain't trying to hang out with Bill Goldberg or Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? She ain't smoking a doob with Rob Van Dam, but she's hanging out with The Rock. She likes The Rock, doesn't she? She. Excuse me. It likes The Rock, doesn't it? So, is The Rock in that club? Yes, for sure. Tom says, all this fake news is to keep these fanboys stressed as fuck when people figure out what we only have one party and it's not Democrats or Republicans. We have one world government. They're going to use alien invasion to get us to accept this new world order. Yeah, man, we're slowly walking down that path for sure. Some big event to unite us all under one set of rules, one government for sure, one system. All right. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. That's a very generous donation from you, buddy. I'll let your message hang out on the screen while I continue with this message. So, is The Rock in that club? Yes, he is. Does he check all the boxes? As far as like actor, yes. Established popular actor, yes. Is he going to get the blue voters rallied behind him? Most likely, yes. Could he even get some former Trumpers behind him or some people who are on the fence to jump on the bandwagon just because he's a star? Hell yes, he could. He's got that kind of star power. And let me show you why he's even becoming a bigger star as we speak. The Rock shows up to Raw just a few days ago. And he says he's looking to become the head of the table. He said he's going to sit at the head of the table. Right now, Roman Reigns is the undisputed world champion and has been for over 3 years. And it's speculated that The Rock is going to headline WrestleMania, possibly against Roman Reigns. And we're going to see Rock versus Roman Reigns for the head of the table, the undisputed world championship. That is the speculation. So right now, The Rock is back in the WWE, and the WWE is red hot right now. They're going into WrestleMania season. So, with The Rock saying he wants to sit at head of the table, not only does this fit the wrestling storyline, this fits the presidential storyline. Head of the table, chief, commander-in-chief. Roman Reigns is considered the tribal chief. So The Rock has the opportunity to knock off the tribal chief, become the tribal chief, and in the future, 2028, become commander-in-chief. Come on, y'all. This is too much. Too much. They all puppets, man. Donald Trump's a puppet. Biden's a puppet. And every damn politician is a puppet. Everyone on that world stage is a puppet. He is a very popular puppet. Look at this. Sports Illustrated. The Rock returns. Men's Health. The Rock returns. Why does Men's Health care? It's funny how Sports Illustrated cares about wrestling when it's The Rock. Men's Health cares if it's The Rock. Country music, Coyote Country. Oh yeah, The Rock returns. See what I'm saying? Not Fest. What the hell does Not Fest care about The Rock in wrestling? See, so it's like everybody talking about The Rock coming back. Entertainment Weekly, Bleacher Report, Fox Sports, TMZ. See what I'm saying? So they might have The Rock dethrone Roman Reigns and become world champion again for a short term. Maybe even retire and give up the belt. And then 2028 become president of the United States. Wouldn't that be the craziest script you ever heard? Well, Arnold became the governor of California, and people thought that was crazy. So there you go. Finally, The Rock has come back to Washington, D.C. And all of the millions and millions of The Rock's fans and supporters around the country and around the world. If you smell what President Rock is cooking, the President Rock says, President Rock says, know your role and shut your damn mouth. All right. It's funny, Rose, is his finishing move is called the rock bottom. Did you know that? Or did you just accidentally make a clever joke? I think Rose accidentally made a clever joke. I don't think she actually knows that his finishing move is called the rock bottom. I missed the super chat. Tom says, a 332 million jacked up Americans. Thanks, Tom. What if Oprah was his vice president? President Rock and Vice President Oprah. Hey, crazier things have happened, right? Yeah, I was a huge wrestling fan back then at that time. That was the Attitude Era. That was the most popular and profitable time in the history of wrestling. Right now, wrestling has resurged and become popular again. But back then, that was considered like the most popular, profitable time with the most people watching. And so, yes, I specifically have tons of memories of watching lots of pro wrestling, and me and my friends were nerds about it. We went as far as to create our own backyard federation and our own characters and our own finishing moves. We'd beat each other over the head with steel chairs. Ah, fun times. Mateo Rincon says, do you think the people behind the world stage scene stay hidden? For sure. That's why nobody really knows for sure who they are. And it's shrouded in mystery. It's the Jews. It's the Jesuits. It's the Rothschilds. It's the Rockefellers. It's the Clintons and Obama. You know what I mean? So everyone's got a boogeyman to point to, and the real boogeyman stay hidden. For sure. And it says, or is it Soros or Rothschilds? See, I didn't even finish reading the rest of what you said, and I basically already answered that. Would the puppets put themselves? See, those could be fake puppets too. The puppets on top of puppets, like to where the real thing at the tippity top of the pyramid is never revealed. What if the thing at the tippity top of the pyramid ain't quite human? And they ain't gonna reveal themselves, or it ain't gonna reveal themselves no matter what. And I'm not saying reptilians or aliens or whatever. Let's just say whatever it is at the tippy top ain't quite like a regular human like me or you, and they don't want anyone to ever figure that out. So they've got all this guardrail and shit for you to point at and be afraid of. And all these fake bad guys and groups of people who you can point at. So when it comes to like who's really in charge at the tippitiest of the tip top, I say that's for sure got to be a secret. If you were at the tippitiest of the tip top, would you present yourself to everyone and all the little slaves? I bet you would not. Tom says, Americans. Damn autocorrect. Oh, that makes more sense, Americans. Thanks. I don't know where I would be without Americans and Tom autocorrecting that shit. All right. Thanks, man. I was feeling weird until you corrected it. Tom also says, have you ever looked into Klaus Schwab? Most people don't know who he is. He is one of those hidden MFers. That the name does ring a bell, but off the top of my head, like I forget his exact story. I've looked up too many shitbags and heard too many stories of like made up characters that I feel like they're planted to be bad guys. So then it's like I start to like forget exactly who and what each one is. So like for instance, I think I looked into that maybe a year or two ago, but I haven't lately. So you'd have to remind me who he even is. And like I said, when it comes to these people, they can have people in place to make you think that that's the head guy or the head honcho or whatever. And still, those are just more puppets, possibly. Oh, yeah. I got one more piece of info for you. And this one's kind of crazy. Out of all the stuff I've shown you, I think this might be maybe perhaps the most crazy. So, WWE video game in 2020 included The Rock as president and announced him as president of the United States in the video game back in 2020 when it came out. And the game was created in like 2019. So we're talking years ago. The video game announces The Rock as president. Let me show you.
Has been eliminated. And will now go on to fight for a championship at WrestleMania.
Wait a second. Why is the countdown clock starting up again? The Rumble's over.
Apparently, there's another entrant. Hold on, it can't be. Is that who I think it is?
No way.
It's the President of the United States of America. President Rock is in the Royal Rumble.
This is unbelievable. We all thought the match was over, but I guess there are 31 entrants this year.
It's the president. He can do whatever he wants. We're all witnessing history. For the first time ever, the president is competing in the Royal Rumble. And Trey has to beat him to go to WrestleMania.
Over the years, there have been numerous surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble, from returning superstars to legends and even celebrities. But none of them were bigger than this.
Surprise factor aside, what can we expect to see from President Rock tonight? I mean, as of late, all of his fierce opponents have been of the political variety in Washington. What kind of fighting shape is he in?
Just look at him. I don't think he's missed a workout the entire time he's been in the Oval Office. In fact, I heard half of Air Force One has been converted into the top-of-the-line gym.
And don't forget, Trey's already been in the Rumble for a while. The president's completely rested.
You two may be right, but we're about to find out.
That's a pretty crazy joke for the video game to include back in 2020, 2019, 2020, when they put this out. So, crazy joke to have The Rock announced as president of the United States. And then just recently, they ask him if he wants to run, and he addresses it 4 years later. Well, that's kind of crazy, right? Don't you think that's a little crazy that the video game out of nowhere just announces The Rock as president and has an entire script and recording ready where the announcers are talking about how it's the first time a president has entered the Royal Rumble? Crazy. And it coincides now with The Rock coming back, who could be in the Royal Rumble this year for the first time in a long time, many years. Klaus Schwab is the head of World Economic Forum, and hard to get any information on him. You'll never hear his name in any of these fake news outlets. Yeah, but I have heard him online, so I have heard of that name. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate all the donations tonight, buddy. So you can see this video came out 2 years ago. So that this video alone, it wasn't created just recently as a fake to, throw people off or create conspiracy theories or whatever. Like this, actually, the video game called The Rock the president and announced him in the video game as the president. It's kind of a weird deal, But we're also talking about the WWE, formerly the WWF, who back in the 80s, you had Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
Talking about the Twin Towers coming crumbling down, brother. Oh, yeah.
Right? So they can plant these seeds, tell us the future script, prep us, get us ready for it. And then when it happens, it'll be seamless. It'll seem like it was meant to happen. Right? So, if I say wrestling is connected to football, football's connected to the fake news, and the fake news, reports everything from the world stage, and they all report the same shit. Every news outlet reports the same shit. There wasn't one news outlet that's like, the blurry alien story's bullshit. We're NBC, and we're not like all the rest of those. Here at NBC, we take pride in our news reporting. We're here to report blurry aliens are bullshit. That's right. CBS says they're real. CBS is stupid. We're NBC. We're real, bitch. See, if news was real, they would be competing against each other for the best news and breaking it, and who's telling the truth about the news and who's got it right the most. But instead, all the news outlets run the same story, repeat the same line. Tom says Sovereign Soul shouted out Jake last night on his channel. I don't even know who that is, but that's cool. I don't even know who Sovereign Soul is. But somebody giving me a shout out, I guess, is a good deal. Oh, Rose says it's a shill. That's bad news. If one of my mods is saying shill, then that's a bad sign. Then chances are I'm not gonna disagree. And she's going as far as to say shill bag. Not only is he a shill, but he's a shill bag. That's a cross between a shill and a douchebag. I don't know. It doesn't sound good. Why are shills giving me a shout out? That's weird. Sometimes they try and get me to go work with shills. Sometimes they like extend their hand. Like there was one guy on BitChute who like kept asking me to come on through his videos. People were like, why don't you go on Johnny Circucci's channel? And then I like checked him out on BitChute, and he's like, Jake, why don't you come on here? You're a shill if you don't come on here. I invited Jake, but he hasn't came on here. Yeah, he must be working for the other side because he hasn't came on here. And I was like, screw that guy. Now I'm never going on there. So sometimes I feel like people are trying to goad me into going on their channel or I'll give you a shout out so that you give me a shout out. And I always have to be like, whoa, who are you? What are you trying to get out of me? I would like you to come on my channel and debate me. Nope, not doing it. Such as this guy. Nobody wants to come debate me because they know they'll get smoked. That's right. You have to come over and debate me on my channel so that I get all the views and the ad revenue. I've never been wrong about anything. I've nailed every sporting event that ever existed. Anyone who says anything otherwise is a fucking liar, deserves to die. Face facts. There you go. There's a little Zach for you. Little Zachary K. Folks, what we have here is a global conspiracy. And it's the damn globalists that are trying to keep Trump from coming back as your Lord and Savior, president of this shithole country. That's what it's become. Become a damn shithole because of the globalists. All these damn globalists going around taking shits everywhere. I'm sick of it. And you know what? I'm fixing to chop my neighbor up. My neighbor is one of them demon crats. And I saw he was walking around. He's got a lard ass, got a lot of fat, juicy gristle on his ass. And I was fixing to slice my neighbor up, feed him to my daughter, and I'm gonna feed the rest to my baby birds. All right. I'm gonna feed my neighbor to my daughter as if I was a mother bird. These damn globalists, they're trying to not only turn the frogs gay, all right, they're trying to turn my daughters gay. They were opening up the TikTok, and the TikTok videos they're telling them to be gay. And I was like, don't you play with that damn shit. There you go. All right. Whether it was Bill Hicks or not, Alex Jones is an actor on the world stage and a total shill. And it's funny how like it works on so many levels to where people were like, you better not say that shooting was fake. You saw Alex Jones got sued. You might get sued. It's like, dude, he got fake sued on TV. I'm not worried about getting real sued. Didn't you see what happened to Alex Jones? Yeah, he got fake sued. So I remember a few people telling me that I should watch out about what I say because Alex Jones got sued. How did you fall for a fake news court case on TV? How does that work? I think that my Alex Jones is on point. My Arnold is over the top. My Arnold's not meant to be accurate. It's mostly to be like ridiculous and funny. So my Alex Jones is meant to be like accurate, but I have him say over the top crazy things that are pretty similar to what he pretty much says. I just add a little more zest to it. So he actually did, Alex Jones, say that he would like to kill his neighbor if food becomes scarce or whatever. He basically said he would chop up his neighbor if he had to and feed it to his kids. So this is stuff that he actually did say. BRZ333 says, how does he know it was fake? Are you talking to me? How do I know it's fake? Because I've already broken down how basically all these operations on TV are fake. So once you figure out 100, 200 operations, 300 are all just fake and phony hoaxes from top to bottom. Nobody died, nobody cried. Once you figure that out, then you just go into it knowing it's all a hoax and bullshit. And you just automatically go that way, and you're going to be like 95% right, like every time. And the chance of it actually being real is going to be so slim and significant, it's not going to matter. Straight up, if you want to be right about what happens in the world, everything that you're presented by the news where everyone talks about it, such as mall aliens, just say, that's bullshit, and you're going to be right like 95+% of the time. So if they're like, blurry mall aliens, you go, bullshit. If they're like, Hamas and Israel and a bunch of dead babies, just be like, bullshit. Hawaii wildfires, bullshit. Just throw up the bullshit sign. You're going to be right. Even if you don't have all the details, just know it's going to be bullshit 95+% of the time. And as long as you know that, you're going to be like the smartest dude who you know, or chick. Like personally, I'm like the smartest dude I know. And so I'm always walking around like, dude, I'm like one of the only people that knows everything's fake, and all these people are stupid and believe it's all real. And the only people I can hang out with who know what I'm talking about is the audience that I created. Trump, only truth told, that's fake news. Well, I got to tell you, when I come back as your Lord and Savior, President of the greatest country there ever was, the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to drain the filthy, dirty swamp. There's swamp juice in my office. The Oval Office stinks like old creepy Joe. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remodel the White House. And then the second thing I'm going to do, I'm going to install Trumptricity. We're going to have this country running on pure Trumptricity for the first time ever. It's going to be great. You're going to see China getting more jealous than you've ever seen. Trumptricity is greener, meaner, and more efficient than regular conventional electricity. Let's face it, conventional electricity is crusty, it's dusty, it's old. We've got to get rid of it. Trumptricity is going to change the world. Old creepy Joe has no idea, frankly, how it works. And frankly, neither do I. We've got some wonderful people working on this. All right. And do you know who's paying for the whole thing? They're going to finance the whole thing by giving us a loan to do the whole thing. You know who I'm going to talk about right now, what I'm going to say? China. All right. All right. There you go. Got me a super sticker for that one. Thank you, Sammy Telesco, for your super sticker. That's super cool of you, bro. You know what the Trumpers say? Well, why is they always attacking him on TV? Why is the media always attacking him? It's because they don't want him to be president no more. And that's why I'm going to vote for him, because they don't want me to vote for him. Yeah, so I'm going to vote twice as hard. I'm going to get all my friends vote for him this time. Ain't no way he's going to lose this time. What about when he endorsed the vax? He was only doing that to trick the Democrats into taking it. He told us we got the freedom not to take it. He's trying to get all the Democrats to take that shit. That's what he was doing. He was playing 4D chess with them Democrats. President Trump knows what he's doing. He's a businessman. He's going to save us right now. He's saving them children from in the tunnels right now. He's going to come back as president. He's going to put Trumptricity up in the White House, and everybody's going to talk about how awesome, great he is again to make America great. There you go. That's your everyday Trump lover. Yeah, some comedy. See, a lot of people don't know I'm not just a football pick'em guy. I'm the funniest comedian in the world and who ever lived or will ever live. And you are the audience who's watching it all happen right now as I pull it all out of my asshole. Tom, and he gonna make America great again. You know why I like Trump? He's not a regular politician. He's a businessman. He runs a country like a business. When Trump was president, the economy was better. Everybody was doing better. I had way more money. You know how I know he's gonna make America great? I was rich. I was doing good when he was president. And then Joe Biden took over. Now I lost everything. Now I hardly don't have any money. I'm in debt, making credit card payments. It's Joe Biden's fault. Trump come back, fix the economy, and I'll be rich again, make America great again. I'll fix my pickup truck. sadly, there's like tens of millions, I don't know, 100 million people that are exact clones of that character, that parody that I did. Those exist by the millions, and they're even worse than what I just did sometimes. Got Rose coming in with a Stephen Hawking appearance. Oh, geez. Well, first, there's the wax dummy that they used to wheel out that they called Stephen Hawking, right? Or something like. Right. So they'd wheel out the wax dummy. And he had a talking box, of course. The dummy. You know what? You just wheel out a realistic looking dummy. And they could be like, this is the smartest man in the world right here. Look, he's got a speaker. And he can think shit. And the speaker speaks the things that he thinks. We created this technology specifically for him because he's so smart. Way smarter than you. You don't deserve the technology. Nobody gets it. Nobody deserves it except for Steven. Right? So, you'd be staring at a dude who's just like, and they would ask a question. Well, Steven, can you tell us about some of the other galaxies? Interdimensional travel will one day be highly accessible to regular man. What seems impossible today, such as traveling 10 million years past a quasi-light star through the Andromeda Galaxy, may one day be a future possibility. It's like, wow, he's so smart. The box speaks what he thinks, and he's a genius. Meanwhile, you come along, and you're like, well, how do we know that guy is actually thinking those words that came out of the box? Is that a mean question to ask? Is it a terrible thing that I don't believe Stephen Hawking thought things and those things came out of a box that talked? I think that the things that came out of that speaker did not come from Stephen Hawking. Does that make me a bad guy? Am I automatically going to hell? Right? Jake, you were a great guy, but now you're going to burn in hell because you don't believe that a vegetable is the smartest guy in the world. You don't believe in the technology that was created specifically for the vegetable Stephen Hawking. That makes you a bad guy. Right? It is truly an amazing process to navigate through the quasar next to a black hole. If we indeed were to be sucked into a black hole, then we would all be fucked in the asshole. Tom says Steve Hawking and Alexa, same people. Yeah, put this device in your house that records every single thing you say all the time. And as long as you're cool with it because it like turns on music and turns on your lights, well, as long as you're cool with it recording everything you say all the time, then cool. You get to have a device that turns shit on for you. Congrats. Yeah. Don't you love how they trick you into that? But basically all your devices are spying on you all the time. It's just they can trick you into buying like more and more devices so that they can really spy on you in every room all the time. Like, oh, you're going to turn your phone off? Well, we still got Alexa. Sammy Telesco says, Steven, why are you on that flight list? I don't know who you're talking to. Steven? If I miss any other super chats, sometimes I get carried away. Oop, yep, Tom. It says Trumpers after some of that sweet feet action. Man, Trumpers, they would line up to drink his bathwater, right? Like a Trumper, if you told them they get to personally shake Trump's hand, they would like stand outside in 20 below without food or water for 24 straight hours in order to just shake his hand, right? Like that would be like the biggest thing in a Trumper's life, you know? So for sure, he's got that effect on his audience. Did I miss any others? I see lots of laughing emojis. That's good. It means I'm doing my job. Yep, now I go back to Rose's comment. Tom, yep, okay. I'm caught up, it looks like. Get rid of that screen that I shared. And got some more super chats coming in. Sammy Telesco says Hawkins is on Epstein's flight list. Yeah. I talked about that a little bit yesterday when someone asked about it. And I was like, guys, don't fall too deep in the rabbit holes that were set up for you by the TV. Epstein, his island, his list, the celebrities who supposedly went there, the things they supposedly did. You don't have any proof of any of it. You don't know jack shit. It's better to assume it's all just fake and just push it aside. Don't get wrapped up in it. Did you hear? Jimmy Kimmel went to Epstein's island and hung out and did dirty things. Like, yeah, that you were fed that by the TV. All shit that you did not come up with yourself. So I don't like to go down those rabbit holes, you know. Hunter Biden's laptop and Epstein's island. And did you hear what Aaron Rodgers said about Jimmy Kimmel? And oh my God, like, pff, it's like all puppet bullshit, world stage shit show shit. That's what I say. Sam Bergeron says, "What are your thoughts on Hawking?" It's a fake genius. So Stephen Hawking and Einstein, Tesla, these are like made up characters and fake geniuses. So they create a character who's a world renowned genius that everybody knows. And then the people who actually do invent stuff, their invention gets stolen and the inventor gets buried. And then they can put some other guy in front of it. So trust me, it's a dirty business when it comes to having your name in front of like intelligence. So people like say, oh, okay, Einstein. Like if they want to like insult you, it's because it's like Einstein is considered to be a genius. So someone can be like, oh, okay, Einstein, and say it in a condescending way to you, right? So it's like it's ingrained in people's brain, these characters, Tesla, Einstein, Stephen Hawking. Nowadays, modern days, you got Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's kind of like the modern day Stephen Hawking. So they have these characters meant to seem smarter than you. And you should just by default listen to whatever they say and believe it because they're smarter than you. So what they say must be true. And instead, it's the opposite. They're government controlled puppets who are being paraded around as geniuses. And in Stephen Hawking's case, like I said, you can wheel out a dude who's basically, you know, a vegetable or a wax dummy, and then have a speaker speak the words that some diabolical madman wrote, and then tell everybody that that speaker is speaking what the vegetable guy is thinking. Come on, man. I'm not a bad guy for knowing that that story's bullshit. What they do is they tug on people's heartstrings like, oh yes, the vegetable guy in the chair who's drooling on himself, right? And can't move or do anything and needs assistance to take a piss and shit. He's the smartest dude who ever lived. Right. Okay. The tard that has the special ability. Yes. Tom says Stephen Hawking's always dressed nice. Fake veggie. Yeah, towards the end, how would you know if it wasn't a wax dummy? You know what I mean? Rose says, could you sing your Mexican song for my sister? Is Jonna still here in the crowd? I hope you're here because your sister Rose is paying me to sing this for you. So, all right, I'm gonna sing every Mexican song that there ever was. So if I take every Mexican song I've ever heard and I cram it into one parody, I can sing it for you. And here's the thing, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't really know hardly any words. So what I do is I make up my own Spanish gibberish. And it goes a little something like this. Pune, 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 rum pum pum pum, pune, 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 rum pum pum pum, yine yone, yine yone, mne, 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 yine yone, yine yone, mne, mne, yine yone, yin mañana, yeah, and in mayone, dígalo, do 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 do. Pune, 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 rum pum pum pum, and dígalo en mañana, and dígalo en mañana, and dígalo en digiane, amigalago, around, do 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 do. There you go. Just made up a Mexican song. Towards the end, I just started getting ridiculous, but you know, I'm a comedian, so it's kind of how it goes. I agree. I'm also my favorite distraction. I do this to entertain myself and you. So it works out. I am the world's greatest comedian who ever lived, and I don't do regular stand-up comedy. Instead, I do these live streams where for 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, I just make it all up. And I base it around a few topics generally, such as tonight we went over the aliens at the mall story, and we went over The Rock becoming president. And then sometimes I just like to goof off, and I look at the comedians who people think are funny, who do the same stand-up routine night after night in each city. And all those comedians' comedy is based around all the news being real. So I'm basically your only source for real, legitimate, unscripted, unrehearsed comedy that isn't binded to the world stage and their fake narrative. So if you want to hear somebody tell it like it is and tell you some funny jokes related to all the bullshit going on, I'm your one-stop shop, and I got a monopoly on this shit. Can't nobody do it better than me. Like what I just said right there, that just flowed out of my mouth like poetry, like as if I've said that a million times. All right, I have some other songs I can sing for you. Would you guys like to hear my Asian song? Would you guys like to hear the Chinese national anthem? I think maybe I should perform the Chinese national anthem. And it goes a little something like this. Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. Me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your coat gong. That's it. That's the official Chinese national anthem. No one sings it better than me. Kind of crazy how a white guy sings the Chinese national anthem better than all the Chinese put together, combined, times infinity. But it's true. It's true. I do. Joey Law says, giants being the ones to carve out the Grand Canyon. What's going on in Antarctica? I don't know about either of those two things. That's kind of funny to think about. Giants like with giant shovels, just like shoveling out the Grand Canyon, but I don't believe that that's the case. And as far as what's going on in Antarctica, as far as I know, there could be a million, bazillion, sextillion hot chicks all doing this. And I wouldn't know because I've never been there, and I'll probably never get to go there. So I have no idea what's happening there. There could be sextillion hot chicks all going like this 24 hours a day, and I'll never know. Or it could just be like ice and fucking penguins and hot chicks. All right. Somebody should try and go there and see if you actually get stopped or see if you actually run into an ice wall. It's crazy how no one tries. Or should try to fake them out and go north to the North Pole. I've heard there's Mount Meru. I've heard there's a hole in the North Pole. You can go into the hole and meet your dead relatives. Just kidding. Or am I? Better go and find out. I think I got lots of different. I can perform lots of songs. You know, a song that I know you like, and I'm going to do it because I know you want me to do it. And it's not this one. I'm going to do another song that I know you like, and it goes like this. It goes, land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. We are India, we land on the moon. We take the rover, we rover on the moon. And then you know that we come back soon. Land on the moon, and land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. We take the rover, we rove up north. Take the rover, we rove down south, and then we rove with the rove all about, and that you know that we go downtown, land on the moon, land on the moon. That's what happens when India lands on the moon. All right. Did you guys know that they prayed to Lord Shiva and it helped them get to the moon? They were like, please, Lord Shiva, we spend a whole lot of money on the India space program. Can you please, Lord Shiva, help the rover make it to the moon? We need the rocket to take off to the orbit and then make it to the moon. And then, Lord Shiva, if you could please possibly let the rover successfully go roving around from the north to the south. Yeah. See, I told you guys I'm the funniest dude who ever lived. Here's a funny joke, and I know it's funny because I'm the one who wrote it. Have you ever walked into a convenience store and the Middle Eastern dude behind the counter was rocking out to some of his favorite Middle Eastern music, and it sounded a little something like, oh yeah, oh yeah, and he's like rocking out, and you're like, cool tunes, bro. Your people make such beautiful music. See you next time. And it's like, oh yeah, and he's like digging it like that's his jam. You know what's funny is like I'm like a corny white guy and I like rock music and classic rock and I like guitar solos. So like I'll hear like a Eddie Van Halen guitar solo and geek out. You know, and I'm like, whoa, cool guitar solo. Whereas like a Middle Eastern dude, he'll hear another man go, oh, yeah, and he'll be like, I love this. This is my favorite. I love that sound, right? Isn't it crazy how people geek out on different shit? There you go. I spilled some water all over my desk. So, that's a joke I wrote. If you ever see anyone steal my joke, You let me know, and I'll go over there and bitch slap them. That's how it works. All right. Did you guys know that I was a 5-time beatbox champion, and then I like retired because I like got bored of winning so much? I won the world championships of beatboxing so many times that like it was like a waste of my time because it was so easy. I used to just destroy everybody. Like I didn't even practice. I would just show up and just beatbox. And since I'm such a beatboxing prodigy, like no one ever stood a chance. I didn't so much quit as they banned me from the beatboxing competitions because I was so good. They were like, dude, you win too much. You're too good. You're not allowed to compete at beatboxing anymore. It's a true story as far as this joke is concerned. Would you guys like to hear some of my beatboxing? Now that I've set up the premise that I'm a 5-time beatboxing champion, and the only reason I didn't repeat 500 more times is because they banned me. And so I quit. But I will come out of retirement and beatbox once again for you guys. But I'm gonna need to see. I'm gonna need to see you hit the like button. Oh, you see what I did there? I'm gonna need to see you hit the like button a bunch of times if you have not. How many likes do I got? I got about 300 likes. Give me up to 400 likes. Come on, y'all. I got 400 people watching. Give me up to 400 likes. Oh, yes, it's going to happen. But you got to get me up to 400 likes. And I'm going to do my beatboxing. And again, I'm like the best you've ever seen. Get it up there. 321. Maybe I set the bar too high. Maybe 400 was too much. Let's get it to 350. I don't want to set the bar too high and not be able to make it to my goal. Let's get it to 350. I know you can do it. We're almost there. If you have more than one YouTube account, open up another tab and get into that account and click that thumbs up. I don't care if they're artificially inflated thumbs. I want them. All right. 343. We're almost there. You guys want to hear the beatbox hero, the beatboxing legend? 345 thumbs up. Come on, dudes. 349 thumbs up. Come on. All right, 350. We made it. Okay. All right, you guys. You're going to see something special that I don't usually do. Like I said, I'm 5-time world champion. Been barred from beatboxing. But I know when I flip that switch, right? That's when it's my time to shine. We'll get to that next. First, it's beatboxing time. A, B, C, D, motherfucking E, F, G. Ting tang, walla walla bing bang. Ting tang, walla bing bing bang. Boom. Ting! 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 All right. Well, what did you guys think? Was that cool or what? I added in a little new section that I don't usually do, so I don't know. I don't know if it's as cool as I usually do, but I thought it was like the best you've ever seen, so you should be impressed. There's people outside my office that sound like they're laughing at me. Other tenants who work here at other offices, and I can tell that they're amused by what I'm doing in here. All right. Man, my beatboxing really took it out of me. I think you guys can see why I won so many times in a row. Right? Right? Emojis. See emojis. Whew. Phew. I need to turn off the air in this place now. Whew. I'll overheat from beatboxing because I'm so damn good. All right. Oh yeah, that what I just did right there, I totally caused my brow to sweat. Phew. Yeah, it is getting warm, so I shut her down. Now I feel like I need to go outside and cool off. They put this in back in like, I don't know, March or something, April somewhere. And since then, no, never been cleaned, I don't think. But I know that's what you care about so much because you're lint away, air duct, and dryer vent cleaning. So I know that that's always on your mind. Thanks for looking out, bro. All right. Whew. Oh, the first story we went over, apparently it's trending. Blurry aliens were supposedly walking around outside the mall in Miami. So we got a blurry thing on screen at the mall. And I made fun of it because an alien coming from outer space with technology that is way beyond our capabilities or imagination. And then they like go to the mall and get caught on camera and caught by the police. It's just such a dumb story. So yeah, if you want to go back and watch that, that's at the beginning of the stream. Then we got into The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, becoming president in 2028. That's right. The Rock might be your next president if you smell what he's cooking. There you go. Dude, I was never an amateur beatboxer. I was pro straight out the womb. Like when I came out the womb, I already knew I was the best in the world. And I got signed to a beatboxing contract. Like when my foot came out my mom's vagina, my foot touched the paper with ink on it. And I inked up a beatboxing contract with the best beatboxing company in the world. And then I went on tour. I was a baby beatboxing champion until I got banned from baby beatboxing. My current stance on the flat Earth. Well, Earth is not a globe spinning around in space. That I'm sure of. But once I came to the conclusion that the sun and moon and stars are doing things that defy every map and model and whatnot, then I started looking at this realm differently. And so, as it stands, the Earth is not a globe. The horizon is horizontal. You can't measure or prove any curvature. But the sun does go up and go down. And it seems we all see our own sun. And if you try and calculate your observer angle with someone else's observer angle north of you, someone else's observer angle south of you, back to the sun or the moon or any star, you're going to end up with angles that don't triangulate back to the same sun or moon or star, which means all our observer angles are irregular, meaning we all are seeing our own sun, moon, and stars, and our own observation angles are unique. And when you try and pair those up with others, that's when you see that this realm we live in is magical, and what we're told was a lie. And the observable data proves everything I'm saying. But to learn more about that, you'd have to go watch some Q and Fee videos. So yes, Earth not a globe, but what this realm is and how far it goes and what shape the whole thing may be, I have no idea. I'm stuck in a little tiny portion of the map like a barnyard animal, unable to figure it out. Yeah, bro, I've thought about like, okay, what do you really need? Like you would need like a really big boat if you want to go exploring, for instance. Like you want to go personally check out this place. You want to go see what's at the North Pole. Like, dude, what are you going to just take off in like a little sailboat or a dinghy? You need a good boat, and like good boats are expensive. And even then, going to the North Pole where it might be treacherous or whatever, like you have no idea what you're getting into. That's kind of a scary thought. You know what I mean? So like going exploring has its issues as far as financial issues. Like most people just can't afford to just like, oh, I'm going to go get on a boat and go explore around and see what this place really is. You know, like who can really afford to just like go do that? You know what I mean? And the people who can't afford to do that, like, I don't know if they're even thinking about doing it, you know? Yeah, Zach, he poo-poos on the flat Earth topic, and he adamantly defends the globe. But Zach is a proven liar and scammer, so he's doing his job, and that's par for the course. So yeah, he's not going to uh, promote anyone making content that goes against the globe, even though like the globe has been proven to be a false reality over and over again. But Shill's got to do what Shill's got to do, I guess. Shill's got to pay the bills, so that's what he's doing. Yeah, if you fly into any one of their airports and you have to announce yourself and go through a check before you take off and this, that, and the other, and customs when you get there, this, that, and the other, like you're under their control. One of the main reasons I don't like to get on a plane is the hassle of like going to the airport is a bitch, parking at the airport, hanging around at your terminal for hours, being on the plane is a pain in the ass. Then you get there, you got to do more airport shit. And so it's like, and then if you want to leave the country, oh, well, you have to have permission, you have to have a visa, you have to go through customs and da da da. So they don't make it easy. It's not like, oh, I want to go to Guatemala for the weekend and I just feel like going. So I'm just going to go check out Guatemala. It's like, oh, I got to get permission and a visa and go through all the airport rigmarole. So yeah, it's made to be a bitch. Back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you could just get on a plane and it wasn't that big of a deal, right? Whereas now it's like, it's a damn issue, like just to go through all their rigmarole. And it was way worse when they like wanted everyone to mask up and shit like that. Oh, you can't get on if you can't show proof of a VAXX. You have to mask up. So they could pull that routine again. They most likely will. Bonnie with a donation said, I had to visit someone at the hospital. I'm late, but I will watch the entire vid later. Yeah, I've been doing comedy and mixing in some truth nuggets as well. You'll be able to distinguish between the two. So yeah, it's been a good stream. I would go back and rewatch it if I were me or you or both of us at the same time. All right. So here's a story. It was years ago. I was just taking a short flight from Stockton Airport, which is very small, and they only have a few select flights, to Las Vegas. And it's only an hour and 10-minute flight. So from California, you can take a flight to Las Vegas and be there in an hour, basically. But you have to go through all the airport rigmarole for multiple hours. So it still eats up a whole day. You know what I mean? It's not like as easy. So even like an easy flight that's only an hour, you still got to get there early, drive there, park, go through the check-in, your bag, and all that shit. And it's like, so even something as easy as just going from California over to Nevada, it's like it's still a bitch. And the last time I did that, I was in line to check in my bags or something. For whatever reason, I was in line, and security came over and picked me out of everybody, and then they had me put my hands out. They asked me to put my hands out, and they swabbed my hands with an unknown chemical agent without asking me. Just swabbed my hands. And I was like, "What is that?" And they were like, "We're testing for bomb powder." I was like, "Bomb powder?" they're like, yeah, we don't see any. And I was like, well, what? Why did you just pick me? Oh, we pick people randomly. And you just picked me? Yep. So I was the lucky winner one time of them swabbing me at the airport with an unknown chemical. Just me. And this was before I had the channel. So that was weird. That was wacky. Still have no idea what the hell they swabbed me with. And that's not a joke. That's an actual true story. This was before I had the YouTube channel, though. So I wasn't speaking out about any of this shit. This is probably 2014, 15, 2014-ish, something like that. Oh yeah, I think you requested that earlier, and I totally forgot. So I guess I could sing "Return of the Doink." Yeah, "Return of the Doink" is it's me replacing the words over a song called "Return of the Mac." So "Return of the Mac" is the song that I'm doing a parody of, and it became a bit of a cult classic, and so now people request that I sing it. Well, I tried to tell you so, but I guess you didn't know. They be messing with your goals, and there's magnets in the poles. You lied to me. All those field goals I thought were so real, you lied to me. Well, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You lied to me. All those field goals I thought were so real, you lied to me. Oh, now I cry. Now I cry, 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 return of the doink. It is return of the doink. Come on, return of the doink. Another ball hits the pole. Return of the doink. Once again, return of the doink. Oh my God, return of the doink. Another ball hits the pole. Don't you know? All right. There you go. Shaquille Oatmeal. It's a great name. It's like, what other shape would it be? A random ass ball floating around another ball in an infinite vacuum? You're on shrooms, bro. No, I'm not on shrooms tonight, bro. So you're wrong. Sometimes I do take shrooms, but not tonight. So you're wrong about that. And here's the thing. Since you are a little barnyard animal confined to a certain area on the map, you don't know what shape it could be. So you don't know, and I know you don't know, and I know I don't know. So that's why I say I don't know what shape it could be. So there you go, bro. Shaquille Oatmeal. Yeah, shrooms are pretty awesome. But tonight I did not take any. I'm just naturally being funny without them. I think there is a possibility that that could happen. Jonna says, hi, Jake. Could you please with us some of your musical endeavors that you're planning this year? So football is over after the Super Bowl. And then what I plan on doing is building out a studio so that I could record tracks. It's going to take me some time to like get good at using the shit that I buy. So whatever I buy, I'm going to have to trial and error, figure out how to use it, because I've never been the recording engineer. I've always been the musician. So the friends that have helped me record over the years were always the ones doing the computer work. So back when I was in a band, my guitar player was the one who flipped all the switches and turned the knobs and ran the recording software. So I never did learn properly how to record my own self. So the good news is there's a million bazillion YouTube videos that will tell you how to do everything. And so if I watch YouTube videos on how to record myself and then I mess around with it, I'll eventually get good at it. Just like I got good at making YouTube videos and running a stream and whatnot. So once I start to get good at it and I get a few songs like under my belt that are sounding good, then sky's the limit. I can bring in guest musicians. I can do all sorts of awesome stuff. So I don't have any recording equipment, and I don't really have the knowledge. So once football ends, that's the plan, is like get my musical act together. Because I got a lot of good ideas, and if I could just get them started, then I'll continue working on it. If I could lay down a cool bass line, listen to it without having to play it, vibe with it, then I can come up with lyrics. Then I can sing the lyrics and then put other parts around it. And then before I know it, I'm a one-man band who created an entire song myself. So that's kind of the plan. And thank you for the support, John. I appreciate that. In fact, I just might be able to play a little music here tonight. I just might. Just might. The Eddie Van Halen tapping lick that I've been trying to mess with a little bit. Little jam in there. Whew. All right. Yeah, just jamming, improvising and stuff. Hopefully that sounded okay on your end. I'm not plugged directly into any input or anything, so you're basically hearing what comes out of my speaker going into the computer and then out your end. So it's not the best way to perform live, but hopefully it sounded okay. Yeah, I haven't rocked out on a distortion jam in a while, so I had to like make up something to play. I was like, distortion jam, what do I want to play? Oh, great. Okay. Glad it sounded good on your end. So yeah, it'll open up a bunch of doors for me if I can like lay down a cool bass line, groove with it for a few days, and then be like, oh, here's some cool lyrics for that. You know what I'm saying? And then just slowly build on songs, and not have like any deadlines to meet or anything, and just work on them slowly but surely until they get done. And then when I have them finished and I feel like, oh, I'm ready to release them to you guys, then I can, promote it and be like, you guys, my song's done and you're going to love it. So it'll give me something to be able to give to you guys once I have it all polished up and finished. And the only way I'm going to get there is to buy the shit and start recording myself, because I can't rely on other people to record me. And that's what I've done in the past. So got to fix that. Marcus Miller with a donation, who's also a great bass player. So it's crazy that a guy named Marcus Miller, it's probably not the Marcus Miller, but Marcus Miller is a fantastic, well-known bass player, probably like a top 10 best slap guy of all time. Well, I basically, Return of the Doink is a parody version of Return of the Mac. So basically, I just took the karaoke version, but I didn't have enough lyrics to like, because it's like a 4-minute song. So I didn't have enough lyrics to like parody the entire damn thing. Because basically, I'm just trying to get the point across in like a quick minute or two about Return of the Doink. Another ball hits the pole, whatnot. So if you sing the karaoke song, it goes on and on and on for like 4 minutes. So yeah, I could probably find a way to do a condensed version that I could reuse over and over again every time there's a doink. And if it's done well enough, I could get some, Spotify plays and maybe some good plays on YouTube. Who knows? But if I use the karaoke version of Return of the Mac, it gets instantly recognized and copyright claimed by the company that released that song. So it recognizes Return of the Mac karaoke versions if they're too close. So I had to use a kind of a jankier off karaoke version just to slip by the copyright claim. You fuck with Bone Thugs? LOL, Jack. When I was a kid, a teenager, I liked Bone Thugs. Bone, 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 bone. Tell me what you gonna do and ain't nowhere to hide. Judgment come for you, 'cause it's gonna come at fun. But the body, and she but the body, and a group of guys got 'em, and I'm gonna dead body, hold 'em, hold 'em, hand, and say my thing, so put up the bang, I'm a man of say, but they say, how to make high time, yeah, I love those guys. Hey, and we pray, and we lay and we day. But me roastro, where's some 7 on Sam Boo. Instead of keeping up with that family, that was 7 days with them lively, and passing away. Maybe down, skipping on, no, talking about some bomb, and I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. And I'm front of his home, but home wrong, got a bit dong, got a sucker dong, got a flicker flong, burger dong. Yeah. Hey, and we pray. Yeah. See, I got all the words correct. Bet you didn't think I knew all the words. Anybody who knows which Bone Thug song that I was singing will think that that's extra hilarious. Anyone who doesn't know that song will just think that I just made up the weirdest song ever. All right. Man, I was trying to book with Bone Thugs. I was like, we should do a song. And they was like, we ain't trying to work with you. I was like, what? Hell no. I didn't. So I ain't trying to fuck with Bone Thugs. They ain't trying to work with me. Know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. And they was like, hell no. I was like, what? Fuck you. That's what Ice Cube thinks. Man, I was trying to work with them, but they wasn't trying to work with me. Know what I'm saying? Richie or Alex Stein, huh?
I gotta tell you, the music that these kids listen to today, it's purely satanic. Not only that, it leads you away from your Bible, which you should be reading every night and tuck it between your legs before you go to bed every night to protect you from the Russian nano drones. All right, nano Russian drones have been hovering above my apartment back in Massachusetts. All right, and they've been spraying everywhere. All right, they're the invisible variety, and they've been crossbreeding with the Chinese drones, which are invincible. So what you have are Russian crossbred hybrid Chinese invincible drones, and it is not something that should be taken lightly. And kids nowadays, listening to their terrible rap music, they have no idea about the atrocities that are happening right above their heads. But at any rate, you need to buy gold and silver. You need to like, share, and subscribe. Or don't. I don't care. At any rate, I'm going to go vape in my truck.
Here's the thing about Mandela effect. A lot of them can be explained. A lot of it comes down to people just remembering shit incorrectly. And then the ones that kind of stump me where I'm like, I remember Bernstein and not Bernstein. But what does that do to affect my life? Nothing! So who the fuck cares? So not one single Mandela effect affects me. It's all shit that I'm like, Bernstein? I think it was Steen, but it's Stain? That's all it does. It's bullshit. So when was the last time any of it actually really affected your life? Like, holy shit. One day I remembered that I had a white dog, and then the next day my dog was purple. But I totally remember that I had a white dog and not a purple dog. Mandela effect changed my dog from white to purple, and nobody notices but me. See, so it's always some dumb shit. And a lot of people don't even realize it was named after Nelson Mandela. Like, I don't have any recollection of Nelson Mandela dying before he did, but a lot of people who claim that they did, like, that's what it's named after. But then there's people who don't even remember that or ever talk about Nelson Mandela. And it's always just like, Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. whoa, Luke, I am your father is now no, I am your father. It's like, well, it makes more sense for him to say no, I am your father in the movie. It actually makes more sense than for him to say, Luke, I am your father. In fact, Chris Farley said, Luke, I am your father, to draw reference back to the movie. So you can see Chris Farley in Tommy Boy talking into a fan saying, Luke, I am your father. But in the movie, it's, no, I'm your father. See? So if it did change, what the fuck? Who cares? So what does that mean? Reality can shift at any moment, and the only thing that changes is little stupid movie shit and advertisements and shit that don't really affect you. Right? So there's your Mandela effect. It doesn't affect you. So who the fuck cares? Ta-da! But there's people who are like, oh my god, the Ford logo used to have a little curly Q thing, and now in this realm reality, it's not there anymore. What? And I'm like, how does that change anything in your life? Chick-fil-A used to have a K. Or no, it does have a K, but it used to not. Now it does. Boogity boogity! Right? So to me, it's kind of like, well, why would they change all that stupid, like, insignificant shit? Not one single big thing gets changed. You know. One day, the Brooklyn Bridge was just gone, and nobody remembers that the Brooklyn Bridge was there except me. I'm the only one who remembers, and everyone else forgot that there's a such thing as the Brooklyn Bridge. It's never like that. It's always like, Sally Fields is now Sally Field. What? That can't be. That's why I don't like it, the Mandela effect, and I don't talk about it, because none of them affect me at all. They don't do anything to me. Not one of them. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's weird. Huh. That's it. That's what happens. That's the most they do to me. Sally Fields is Sally Field. Not plural. Holy shit, that changes my life 0%. Man, I'm not going to be able to sleep now. I know, hey, some people are sold on every one of them. What I don't like about it is that you can debunk some of them, and then people just go down the list to the next one. Remember when Ed McMahon used to bring checks, but there's no actual, he never did. It's like, well, actually, Ed McMahon was part of one company, and there was another company, and people get the two companies confused. And they think that, like, Ed McMahon worked for this other clearinghouse company. And there were two companies who gave away checks. So sometimes you can actually, like, explain to people, like, why they're wrong about the Mandela effect. And they're like, yeah, well, what about this one? So they got another one. Mandela effectors always got another Mandela effect for you. You know? Lego Brandon says, become a targeted individual if you want to feel effect. Well, I've had government shills call the cops on me and have the cops show up to my family's house looking for me because shills made false reports, like actual government shills. I had a government shill file a false restraining order against me. He lost. It didn't work, but he tried. It was the same shill who wanted to measure my penis. There's a shill. His name is Jaron Campanella. He runs a channel called Jaronism, and he challenged me to a penis measuring contest. I declined. He went to the Merced County Courthouse and filed a restraining order against me. Attempted to. After he challenged me to a penis measuring contest. a loser leaves YouTube penis measuring contest, mind you. That I was like, dude, that's the gayest thing I've ever heard. I'm not doing that. You're crazy. He went and filed a false restraining order against me. And cops actually came to one of my family members' house actually asking to speak to me about my YouTube channel. Have you ever had police come to your place asking to talk about your YouTube channel? Have you ever had a government shill ask to have a penis measuring contest with you and then him file a false restraining order against you? Those are things that have happened to me. And that's not a made up story. I can pull up my name and his name and it will come up. You can find it. Yeah. So, when you want to talk about targeted individuals, yeah, I'm on their list. They're watching. They watch what I do, which is why what I do is comedy. Because if they ever try and do anything to me, my defense is that I'm a professional comedian and I'm just being funny. So that's why everything I do is wrapped up in a comedic act. Why I make it so wacky and zany on purpose is so that they can never come at me as if I'm some unhinged individual who needs to be medically, psychologically evaluated. No, no, no. I'm a professional comedian who's putting on a comedy show. And I will sue anyone if they infringe upon my right to make people laugh and do what I'm doing here. So that's the plan, is to continue doing what I'm doing while knowing I'm on their list. Yeah. You got to remember, like, the things that I call out the NFL, I call out the scripted fake election, the scripted fake news, the fake shootings, like you name it. If it's fake, I call it out. And I do it in a very unique way that people enjoy and come back for more. And I create a think tank of smarter, more intelligent human beings who are the opposite of a sheeple. And I think the only reason they let me continue is because they enjoy what I do in some sick way, and because I make this platform money. I bring in money, I bring in viewers, so they let me slide. For whatever reason, they let me slide. Yeah, so Jeranism is part of the flat earth shills, the fake flat earth model with the circling sun, snow globe model, AE map with the circle sun. So that's the false model they rolled out, and they got a group of shills who to this day are still promoting and pushing that model. And Jaren's one of those guys, working hand in hand with the government, playing his part. And when I spent time specifically calling out him and his operation, it started to unravel to the point where he called the cops on me and tried to file a restraining order against me and did whatever he could. So I know what it's like to do battle with these shady characters. And they fight dirty. They fight real dirty. They don't keep it clean. They'll find old clips and cut up old clips and make you look bad. There's old videos of me out there that they found and cut up and twisted and turned details to make me look like I was some bad guy. None of it worked. None of that worked. Oh yeah, the Baby Truther show is no longer a thing. I dismantled that crew. So it was David Weiss, Jeranism, Alex Stein, and then they would bring in some random chicks who are nobodies. Kelsey Kerwin, Rose 777, just sleazebag sleuts. So that was back before Alex Stein went on Tucker Carlson or Alex Jones' show. Before Alex Stein went viral and got popular, he was hanging with Jeranism, Flat Earth Shill, and David Weiss, Flat Earth Shill, who runs the tracking app. And Stein was part of their crew. And then Stein, out of nowhere, starts going viral with his county hall meetups, where he goes to the county meeting deals and he acts like a flamer, and those started going viral. And then suddenly they promoted him to Tucker Carlson, and he's on national TV. And then he ditches Jaron and ditches Dave Weiss. Funny how that works. They promote you up the chain, and then he no longer wants to hang out with Dave Weiss and Jaron no more. So that was a case where you got to see him get promoted on the world stage from low-key lackey hanging out with Jaron and Dave Weiss, sitting next to Tucker Carlson on TV. It's quite the promotion. And then all his videos were going viral, Alex Stein, all his where he was acting crazy at all the town hall meetings. And then he wore a woman's bathing suit at Target and wore a woman's bathing suit like 3 or 4 times in a row. And all his right-wing audience fell off. All the views started to tank. He stopped going viral. And now, if you go over to his channel, he ain't going viral. He's getting less views than me. That's right, Alex Stein. Go check his channel out. He ain't getting the views no more. He's a flash in the pan. He already plummeted. He put on a woman's bathing suit, and all the right-wingers who thought that he was making fun of the left-wingers stopped thinking he was funny, because nobody wants to follow a dude who's wearing a woman's bathing suit. He played himself out, proved what team he was on, and all those right-wingers who thought he was taking the piss out of the Democrats decided to stop watching. Gotta love it when a unfunny, non-comedian, hack, untalented, shill piece of shit doesn't become famous like the plan was. He was supposed to be like the next big thing. And it looks like it didn't work. So they just pulled the plug. Good times. This guy says I need to gain more fat. Well, I'm naturally a skinny dude. So I naturally walk around at 150, and I can eat like whatever I want. I can eat fast food for weeks and walk around at 150, 155. If I go out of my way to try to gain weight and I like lift weights and just cram food nonstop, I can put on like 10 pounds of muscle and get up to like 160. And that's when I look the best. But then when I stop working out, then I go right back down to 150. So pretty much this is just what I am. I'm a skinny dude who weighs about 150, no matter what I eat. So if you have a skinny guy type of body style, putting on fat isn't that easy. You basically have to like eat terrible and sit around, and then the fat basically just goes right to my belly. So if I was to put on fat, I'm one of those guys that I just gain it around my belly. It doesn't like go interspersed all over everywhere. Yeah, and I'm short. I'm a short, skinny dude. I'm the same size as basically the exact same size as Floyd Mayweather. I'm a 5'7", 150-pound dude. Not big. But compared to like dudes in Asia and stuff, I'm not tiny. So there's always other dudes I see who are shorter than me, even though I'm not tall. Leslie says, I smell food and gain weight. Yeah, women have a whole different deal with that. It kind of all depends on your body style, because I've seen really skinny women who have the same deal that I have, that like they can eat whatever they want, not exercise, and just stay skinny. So sometimes it just comes down to individual metabolism and body style and whatnot. So I just naturally burn more fat and calories than other people. Yeah, when people have met me in person, they expect me to be taller and whatnot. But no, a lot of celebrities are actually like smaller than you think. So seeing someone on TV can sometimes make them look bigger. So there's celebrities out there like I've heard that if you meet like Tom Cruise, he's like 5'6" in person, or whatever person they're calling Tom Cruise these days. I think there's been like 5 or 10 different Tom Cruises, but they make sure it's always a short guy. Joe Rogan is a establishment shill, and he's been pushing a new product. I saw it was like Alpha Juice or whatever. Alpha Juice is the best product in the world. I drink Alpha Juice every day for lunch and breakfast and dinner and a snack. And I wake up in the middle of the night and I drink it or whatever. So he's promoting a new like crap product, and it's like, and then he shows how muscly he is, and it's just like all rippling, just veins popping out, and his like sweaty bald head. It's like, to me, he doesn't really look that healthy. I think once you get super duper buff and ripply, it starts to like go the opposite way, and then you start looking unhealthy. Like you look like a dude who stresses yourself out on a daily basis to the point where your body looks like it's going to give out when you're 50. So here's the thing. I don't think working out all the time and having gigantic rippling muscles is healthy. So I think working out is fine. Being muscular is fine. But when you get to the point where like you start to look like Joe Rogan, in my opinion, he doesn't look healthy. That doesn't look like a dude that like is gonna live till he's 100. You know what I mean? Like that dude looks like he's gonna die of a heart attack in his 60s or something. So I don't equate being buff with being healthy, because like you stress your body out when you lift weights. And so constant stress over and over and over again. Once you get to like 40, 50 years old, you can't just keep stacking muscle and looking great forever. You know what I mean? I know there are some old men who are jacked and ripped, but generally you don't see old people who are big and jacked and ripped, who look healthy, who are active. It's just not something you see that much of. If you really look into it, yeah, guys who get real into bodybuilding and weightlifting and whatnot, a lot of them then tamper with steroids. Steroids can kill you. Aiden Simpson said, "Hey Jake, love the streams. How do you feel about the movie They Live?" I actually never watched the whole thing. I've only seen little clips, so I've never sat and watched the entire movie. I do know that Shilbag RV Russian Vids, that's his favorite character, Roddy Piper from that movie. So I know he loves that movie. If you look at how skinny The Rock was back when he was in the WWF, or excuse me, WWE, it almost looks like a different person. It's almost like when The Rock went to Hollywood, they took him in an underground lab and took all his measurements and took his DNA and then killed him and got rid of him and then created a new Rock and then unleashed this new Rock. It's almost like it's not the same dude anymore. I don't know. There's something weird about the the current Rock that almost seems like it's not the same dude as it used to be anymore. Almost like he sold his body and his soul to Hollywood and Disney, and they took him and made a replica lab version of The Rock. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna go with this guy instead. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's still the same guy, but if you go back and look at what The Rock used to look like and what he looks like now, like, there's definitely some chemical additives going on. In fact, I'll pull up a picture. They used to be a lot more skinny. See? A lot more slender. That was in his prime. So if in his prime, 25 years ago, this is what his chest looked like and his body looked like. Then yeah, you could definitely say he's chemically enhanced. I'll bet you a lot of women out there would disagree. I'll bet you there's a lot of black women and Latina women that probably would have no problem being with The Rock if he's got the manhood to get the job done. Rose doesn't think so. Rose is not amused by The Rock. Leslie Guy agrees. She thinks that The Rock's gross. I agree too. He's gross. Fuck that guy. No, don't fuck that guy because he's gross. Yeah. Gamtos Xenios, hopefully I said that somewhat correct, said, I'm 6'4" and I gained 40 pounds in a month with a Jonas Vonderplanet's diet. That is a carnivore-based diet, rich in raw meats, raw eggs. So yeah, I have eaten raw meat on my channel many times to show people that it is safe, as long as it's not like there's people who've eaten rotten meat and enjoy it. So believe it or not, you can eat raw meat and rotten meat and it not kill you. So yeah, Jonas Vonderplanets was a dude who promoted the primal diet, the carnivore primal diet, and then he was attacked and killed. His deck suspiciously collapsed, and he had already had a few different attempts to take his life that happened before that. So when his deck mysteriously collapsed and killed him, it was said that the evil ones wanted to get rid of Jonas Vonderplanets because they didn't want his diet to become popular, and they didn't want that truth to get out about meat and protein. And then what they did is they replaced him with a shill known as Spherage, Sphedia gotis, who's a very cheap dime store knockoff and an absolute putrid piece of shit of a human being who hopefully gets caught by the authorities for hiring men to try and kill his ex. But that's a whole different story. I like rare steak too. I like to sear the top when I barbecue it, sear the top and the bottom nice and hot, but keep that middle super rare. Yummy. Okay, well, I am going to chill out and eat some food and go to bed. So you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate that. It was a fun night. I had fun. Pulled off some jokes that I didn't expect to do. I never know what jokes I'm going to do. So I did some old jokes. I did some new jokes. I consider it a good comedy show tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you for everybody who commented. Thank you for everybody who donated. Thank all y'all for being here. And I will see you guys next time. Good luck in those games tomorrow. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right. Peace. Good night.